Live from Central Oklahoma, this is UCentral News.
Hello, Bronco Nation. I'm Luke Underwood.
And I'm Hannah Akama. Welcome to this edition of UCentral News.
Energy prices, including gasoline, ticked up in February before striking on Iran sent oil prices soaring. That's according to the latest inflation report from the federal government. Karen Kaifa is in Washington with a look at the other ups and downs and what's next.
Inflation held steady last month, according to government data released Wednesday. But economists warn a long conflict in Iran could push future prices higher.
If the conflict drags on and we start to see price increases in other consumer goods because of the increase in energy that increases the cost of production for the producers, then I think consumers are going to feel it in their pocketbooks a lot more.
Annual inflation was unchanged in February at 2.4%, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics. The report's uptick in energy and gasoline prices between January and February didn't even account for the recent spike at the pumps now, because the February data was compiled before the U.S. and Israel struck Iran on February 28th. Aixa Diaz of AAA says spring is already a time of year when gas prices typically climb.
Springtime is when you've got spring break travelers, you've got gasoline demand going up, the weather's getting nicer, more people want to get out. And also summer blend gasoline will hit the market soon, and that's a more expensive blend of gasoline.
February's inflation report also showed overall increases in the cost of shelter and food. Highly imported goods feeling the impact of President Donald Trump's tariffs, like apparel, household furnishings, and coffee, and medical care. The state of the overall economy may depend upon how much price pressure consumers can take.
Economists have been surprised before at how robust consumer spending is. So I think the impact of sort of this inflationary run on consumer spending would be a little bit more unpredictable, in my opinion.
In Washington, I'm Karen Kaifa.
Investigators with the Veterans Affairs Inspector General's office are trying to get to the bottom of a long-standing complaint from veterans. They can't get through their health care providers on the phone. Several veteran advocacy groups have called the VA to address the issue. The Inspector General's office visited VA facilities in Miami, Florida, and Washington, D.C. A new advisory report in the Inspector General's office says it found 13 of 15 VA medical facilities it sampled didn't have key data tracking patient calls, including average wait times, how many calls were answered, and how many callers hung up before anyone even answered. The full report was with recommendations expected to be released this summer. VA Press Secretary Peter Kasperow responded in the statement saying the agency will work with the Inspector General to improve the phone-based customer service.
Dangerous storms with tornadoes and giant hail tore across the central U.S. overnight Tuesday into Wednesday. With storms pushing east early Wednesday, the main concern is now flash flooding and damaging winds. Reed Binion reports.
There it is, right there. This is right here, River Road area.
A massive tornado ripping through the Kankakee, Illinois area Tuesday evening.
Everybody, get in, get downstairs if you're out here. Stay safe. People in their cars are crazy. I'm going downstairs now. Bye, guys.
Part of a widespread outbreak of severe weather tracking across the central U.S. overnight Tuesday into Wednesday. Before that tornado in Kankakee, the same tornadic supercell produced a twister near Pontiac, Illinois. The supercell moved east across towns from central Illinois through northern Indiana.
We have an area that a lot of homes and businesses have been hit. Power lines are down everywhere. Injuries so far have been reported as being minor injuries, but the home damage is pretty significant.
The severe weather also included hail, some of it reportedly more than 5 inches in diameter in Illinois, which could set a new state record. Texas also seeing large hail, some of it reportedly baseball-sized. The Lone Star State also seeing at least one tornado and tens of thousands of power outages. I'm Reed Binion reporting.
And some storms hit Oklahoma last night. I got to experience some of it last night when I was at a choir concert. Elijah DePona, let's send it over to you for our first look at weather.
Appreciate that, Luke. Elijah DePona with your first look at weather. Let's head outside. 59 degrees out there. Slightly cloudy, but you're not really worried about the clouds because that wind is blowing and it's blowing hard. We got a wind advisory right now going all the way till the night. We got winds going right now going 22 miles per hour. Humidity around 41%. It feels like 53 degrees out there just because of that wind. and that wind is all because of that. We're in tornado season. As I mentioned before, a little bit ago, we've got predicted about 100 tornadoes coming in throughout the entire country. On March, we've got April shooting that up to 200 tornadoes predicted, and May all the way to 250. So we already just seeing the beginning of this. We're going to see a lot more severe thunderstorms as we go throughout our year. Look through our allergy index. You're going to see the tree is still high all the time. All right, but the mold has grown a little bit more than what we were dealing with last time. The grass has grown a little bit as well, and the weed has stayed a little low. As we look through the severe weather, we've talked about it a lot already, but the wind is going to be the biggest thing we're going to deal with the tornadoes being another one we want to look out for. Hail and flooding is going to be on the docket as well. We look ahead, we can see that we're going to have a sunny week ahead of us. The breezy weekend is going to be a great weekend, but the wind advisory for today is very serious, so you want to keep everything that you have with you held onto you, all right? And gusts up to 45 miles per hour. That's all I'm going to have for y'all. Back to y'all at the desk.
Thank you, Elijah. Congressman Kevin Ernst says that he's running for U.S. Senate. The Oklahoma Republican is hoping to fill Senator Mark Wayne Mullet's seat for a full term. After Mullen was nominated by President Donald Trump to become the next Homeland Security Secretary, Ernst was first elected in the House in 2018. He becomes the 35th Republican member to leave the House.
After spring break is UCentral Week, which celebrates Bronco pride and campus traditions. Events include the UCentral Week kickoff, which starts Monday at 11 a.m. at the clock tower next to Bronco Lake. The beach-themed festivities will feature activities and food trucks. On Tuesday, Wild on the Wave starts at 11 a.m. at the Blue Tent at Bronco Lake, with the Student Programming Board to host their signature Build a Bronco event for UCO students only with a valid student ID. As well, at 7 p.m. in Parking Lot 12, there will be a drive-in movie showing of Teen Beach Movie. On Wednesday, Goat Yoga starts at 10 a.m. on Buddy's Lawn. Friendly goats will join participants as they stretch and move in yoga poses. The classic Big Pink Volleyball starts at 2 p.m. in the Wellness Center. Teams consist of 3 2-6 players and must be registered online. On Thursday, Grow with the Flow starts at noon at the Blue Tent by Bronco Lake, where participants can make their own jellyfish air plants. At 6 p.m. on Thursday, the Silent Disco will be hosted at Plunkett Park. So bring a pair of headphones, your favorite playlist, and dance your night away. A valid UCO student ID is required. On Friday, feel free to head outside and catch sunshine and sand art at 10 a.m. at the Blue Tent at Bronco Lake. Join SPB and make your own sand art, but be quick because supplies to join are limited. At 6 p.m., Under the Sea will be hosted on Buddy's Lawn. SPB will present a night full of activities and giant water inflatables. On Saturday, UCO's biggest day of service occurs, its big event, where students, faculty, and staff volunteer in the community. Finally, on Sunday, the Ride the Wave 5K starts at 8 a.m. at the Blue Tent at Bronco Lake. The annual 5K proceeds will benefit Broncothon. UCO has a big week ahead with UCentral Week coming up the week after spring break, so you won't want to miss these wavy activities and events. I know personally for me, I'm very excited for that, but first, I'm excited for spring break.
Oh, me too. I'm so excited. I will be in St. Croix. How about you?
Well, I'm just going to be in and around Oklahoma, probably wanting to get out of Edmond. But yeah. After the break, Elijah DuPont will have our full look at weather.
It's time to explore, to come out and play. Our city is waiting, so what do you say? Whether daytime or nighttime, the right time is now. Finding those moments to make you go wow. Amazing new places to fit every mood. Shopping and dining. Did we mention the food? There are green parks and ballparks and water parks too. Museums, attractions, and also a zoo. The modern frontier is the friendliest place. Now is the time for your dreams to be chased.
It's the Roadway Replay.
Time for the lightning round, Brian. Let's rewind your drive to work. How far did your car travel while you checked your phone? 20 feet, 100 feet, the length of a football field?
100 feet.
Oh, sorry, Brian. In just 3 seconds on the highway, your car traveled the length of a football field.
Distracted driving? It's no game.
Hi there, Elijah Pono with your full look of weather. As we head outside, we'll see that we have 59 degrees outside, slightly cloudy, but you're not really worried about the clouds because the wind is blowing and it's blowing hard. We got north wind going 22 miles per hour. The humidity's around 41%. It feels like 53 degrees out there just because of that wind. So we look through the entire state, we'll see that we are going to have a high of 59 degrees outside. We look at the northern part of the state, we're going to be cooler, around the 50s with 54 up in there in Enid, Ponca City around there with 54 as well. But we look at the southern part of the states, we're going to get a little hotter with Ardmore with 67 and McAllister with one of the highest at 59. Look through tonight, we'll see that we're going to settle at a low of 35 degrees out there, clear 35. We're going to have a north wind going 14 miles per hour. Humidity is going to lower just a little bit to 39%, and there's no rain chances. As we look through tonight, we'll see that we settle, like I said, at 35 degrees. The southern part of the states is going to settle with us. Ardmore down there at 35 as well. As we can see, the entire state is going to be at lower 30s. So if you are a person that likes to take a night walk, bring a jacket with you. We look through tomorrow, we'll see that we're going to have a high 67 degrees out there. The southern part of the states with Ardmore and Lawton and McAllister with a high 65 degrees. Look up there in the Panhandle, 76 degrees out there. We're going to see that we're going to have various temperatures throughout the state. So look through the daily forecast through tomorrow. See that we're going to start the day 37 degrees, a clear sky. As we keep moving throughout the day, we're going to get 58 degrees, to say, sunny. And as we keep moving, it's going to get a little warmer with a windy 63 degrees out there. Now let's look at the 7-day forecast. We still have that wind advisory all the way till 7 p.m. Right, but as we keep looking through the week, we're going to see we have just sun coming in with a beautiful, as I said, breezy weekend. With Saturday at 78 and Sunday at 64 degrees out there as well. Now, as I throw it back to the desk, I want to ask y'all, what are y'all planning to do with this breezy weekend?
Well, I'm personally going to the beach, so I'm going to be experiencing some pretty tropical weather. How about you, Luke?
Honestly, I think I would prefer to be doing that. I'm going to be going camping this weekend with some of my fraternity brothers. Thank you, Elijah. Coming up, fans are divided after the latest controversy involving Timothée Chalamet.
Ryan Gosling's project Hail Mary gets near perfect critic score on Amazon. I will have your social media update after the break.
Rugged, rough, built for the road ahead. Sometimes I feel like a shell of a man.
Commercials are fake. What you're feeling isn't. Call or text 988, Oklahoma's mental health lifeline.
Did you hear?
Todd's in the hospital.
Who's Todd? He got a collapsed lung from vaping. He thought it was cool.
Not cool.
Promise you won't vape, Emma. It can lead to a lifelong addiction, and we can't be friends if your lungs collapse.
Bogus.
Wacky sitcom teens aren't the best people to talk to your kid about vaping.
Hey, you got a minute?
You are. Start the conversation with your child about vaping today.
The University of Central Oklahoma grows and thrives. We move forward, daily living the Bronco way, being reflective of our neighborhood, community, history, and Oklahoma. This is what has made us who we are. Oklahoma's Metropolitan University, the third largest university in Oklahoma. This is where movement is. This is the University of Central Oklahoma.
Hello Broncos, I have your social media update for this Wednesday. Misty Copeland, who was part of the Marty Supreme promo, blasts Timothy Chalamet for ballet and opera comments. Chalamet's comments were made during a variety of CNN town hall in February, but they went viral last week. Chalamet talked about his struggles as an actor and then pivoted to other performing arts, saying, "I don't want to be working in the ballet or opera or, things nobody cares about anymore." This grabbed the attention of Copeland and other ballerinas. There's a reason why opera and ballet have been around for over 400 years, the dancer said. Misty Copeland slammed Timothy Chalamet's comments about no one caring about ballet and opera. The ballerina said that just because those art forms aren't popular doesn't mean they don't have to be enduring and relevant in culture. Copeland concluded that Chalamet wouldn't be an actor without his opportunities that he had as a movie star, if not in that medium. Near perfect critics rating for Ryan Gosling's project Hail Mary could be Amazon's first blockbuster. Project Hail Mary is a science fiction space exploration movie that was supposed to be released next week. It's earning raves from critics and Amazon as Amazon bets on what could be its first real blockbuster, with the studio hoping to be $200 million budgeted for movie turns a profit. Paramount's David Ellison addresses Warner Bros. Executive at Town Hall. The CEO says turbulent deal processes is now behind us. HBO praises as the gold standard in television. David Ellison, CEO of Paramount Skydance, made his first formal appearance in front of Warner Bros. Discovery's senior ranks Tuesday talking about Paramount's pending $111 billion deal for Warner Bros. And taking about a dozen questions from the assemblance. The meeting kicked off with Warner Bros. Discovery CEO introduced Ellison. About 160 executives were in attendance at the Stephen J. Ross Theater on Warner Bros. Studio lot in Burbank, with another 300 plus participating via video conference. Dancing with the Stars pro Mark Ballas leaps back into Broadway in Chicago. He reunites with former Dancing with the Stars partner Whitney Leavitt. He will be playing slippery lawyer Billy Flynn starting April 6th and will share the stage with the Secret Lives of Mormon Wives stars, who was dancing partner on Dancing with the Stars last year. "I think it's going to be really fun to work so well. We work so well together," said Ballas, a three-time Mirrorball Trophy winner who has done stunts on Broadway before in Jersey Boys. "I never thought I'd be surprised by things that come from the show, but here we are," he says. The actor will be stepping onto the Broadway stage later this year. Back to Luke at the desk.
Thank you, Hannah. What modern NBA record was broken last night? And the NFL offseason is already proving to be a once-in-a-lifetime experience. I will have all your sports stories after the break.
Sometimes it makes everything funny. Sometimes it's nothing to laugh about. Weed. It's funny like that. And unlike alcohol, with marijuana, there's no legal limit. So even if you don't feel high, you could get a DUI. No matter how much weed you've had, don't get behind the wheel, because driving impaired is illegal. And that's no joke.
Hooves up, roll Chos. Today's a great day to cheer on the Broncos.
Welcome back to the Pain Train.
Okay, Sean, here's your final question. A train hitting your car is the same as your car hitting a boulder, a brick wall, or a soda pop can.
A brick wall?
At a whopping 20 million pounds, a train will crush your car like a pop can.
Beating a train? It's a game you can't win.
Hello, Bronco Nation. I am Luke Underwood, and let's get straight into your Wednesday sports stories. The University of Central Oklahoma nationally ranked wrestling team is in action this weekend at the NCAA Division II Wrestling Championships. The championships will feature 8 UCO wrestlers, including Hunter Jump and Gabe Johnson, who are both ranked number 1 in their weight divisions. UCO will be looking for its 18th national championships, with the wrestling championships to be held in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, Friday and Saturday. The Oklahoma City Thunder will be back in the city tomorrow. The Thunder are coming off a clutch victory against the Denver Nuggets on Monday, which ended with the current and soon-to-be 2-time MVP Shai Gilgeous-Alexander hitting a buzzer beater to win it for the Thunder. This game could also mark history for SGA, as if he scores over 20 points, then he will officially beat Wilt Chamberlain's record of most over 20-point games consecutively. The Thunder, who now sit at 51-15 on the season, will be versing the Boston Celtics. Catch the Thunder versus Celtics tomorrow at 8:30 p.m. live from Loud City. Continuing with the NBA, the Miami Heat superstar center Bam Adebayo broke a record yesterday. Adebayo passed Kobe Bryant's 81-point game to be the second all-time in points scored in a single game, with 83 points last night against the Washington Wizards. This now only puts him behind Wilt Chamberlain's 100-point game. Bam Adebayo, who has been seeming to have a down year, completely turned around that narrative with performance last night. All eyes will be on him tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. when the Heat host the Milwaukee Bucks in Miami. It is now time for your NFL news update. Atop the league today, this week, is the major news of the cancellation of the Max Crosby to the Baltimore Ravens after he apparently failed a physical with Baltimore. This is an ongoing situation with little details yet provided. As well, the Ravens wasted no time signing former Cincinnati Bengals edge rusher Trey Hendrickson to a huge 4-year, $120 million deal. Also, the San Francisco 49ers are expected to release wide receiver Brandon Ayuk, there he is, by the end of the week. As well as the Arizona Cardinals are expected to release the quarterback Kyler Murray as well when the new league season officially starts. Finally, the Las Vegas Raiders traded quarterback Geno Smith to his original home of the New York Jets in the deal. The Raiders are sending a 7th-round pick and Smith to the Jets in exchange for a 6th-round pick. That's all I got time for you now. Back to Hannah at the desk.
The University of Central Oklahoma grows and thrives. We move to meet our students where they are and get them where they want to go. Over time, thousands of students have made the move to UCO. They come to pursue their passions and find their calling, to improve their lives, families, and communities. UCO moves and motivates students in and out of the classroom. Here, potential takes flight. Our students' curiosity ignites a spark that fuels transformation. Oklahoma's Metropolitan University, the university that hasn't stopped moving since 1890. In fact, we are gaining momentum. This is where movement is. This is the University of Central Oklahoma.
Multiple studies have shown that marijuana can slow both driver reaction and response time, which can be really dangerous. He's here. He's here. Wait. What? I can't drive. Why? My. Oh.
People in Southern California's surf community know a unique surfer named Sugar. This pup has been hanging 10 with her owner for years, but Saturday was her last ride. At 16 years old, she's just getting too fragile to take on Huntington Beach's tasty waves. Sugar is also battling cancer. Crowds gathered to watch the party pooch take her last ride. Sugar is a 5-time World Dog Surf Champion and the first animal inducted into the Surfers Hall of Fame. A GoFundMe to support her has raised more than $10,000. Now over to Elijah for our last look at weather.
Hi there. Well, now as we go through the last look at weather, let's head to tomorrow. We'll see that we start the day with a clear 37 degrees outside. All right, as we keep going throughout the day, it's going to warm up a little bit with a sunny 58 degrees. And as we keep going throughout the night, we're going to see that it ends the night at a windy 63 degrees. As we look through the 7-day forecast, we'll see that we still have that wind advisory all the way till 7 p.m. But don't think that a wind advisory means the wind is going to slow down, because Thursday we still have some high winds. Friday is going to taper off a little bit. As you can see through the 3-day weekend, we're going to have a beautiful, breezy weekend with temperatures going 74 degrees, 78 degrees on Saturday, and then a little bit lower, 64 on Sunday. And as we keep looking throughout the week, we're going to get a little bit lower temperatures, but the sun is still going to be out there and it's still going to be shining completely. So if you're going to go out there and enjoy the weather, do it right now. That's all I'm going to have for your last look at weather. Right back to you all on the desk.
Thank you, Elijah. You've probably seen them on a street corner near you, near stores in your neighborhood, people spinning signs to get your attention for a business. There's an art to that. In Las Vegas last weekend, the 19th annual World Sign Spinning Championship was held. Organizers call it the ultimate competition where sports and advertising come together. Spinners come from dozens of U.S. cities and some from international locations. Contestants are judged on technical ability, execution style, and of course, style.
I really wonder how you judge those, because personally I would be dizzy just trying to look at all the spins, like where they do count 1, 2.
No, exactly. That's what I think. I mean, I think it's really cool how there's an art to that.
I feel like there's a competition now for everything. So really, if that's something you like, or if there's something you really like, there's probably something you can win a trophy for.
Probably.
Anyway, that's all we're going to have time for tonight. I've been Luke Underwood.
And I'm Hannah Akama.
Have a good rest of your night.